Nebraska legislature will soon vote to raise consumer prices by imposing a sales tax on advertising. Nebraska's small businesses would be hit hardest, forcing them to raise prices, meaning we'd all pay more for the things we need. Contact your state senator and tell them no ad tax. Visit noadtaxnebraska.com to find your senator's contact information. That's noadtaxnebraska.com. A message from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela. They let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Grab a free burger and beer at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln on April 27th during their Husker Spring Game tailgate. Meet the Elway Power Sports team, play some tailgate games with them, and enter for a chance to win an official John Elway autographed football. Check out their huge selection of boats and watercraft for the summer, along with hundreds of motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides from all the major brands. Stop out and watch the game with them on April 27th. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, 27th and I-80. They'll be tailgating all day.
One action, no matter how small, can have a world of impact on the life of a child. Cedar started because one couple believed that they could provide a child with a better life. And that belief grew into the Cedars that we know today, a powerful force for good that helps thousands of kids across Nebraska. Belief grows.
Jake Sorensen here for The Body Shop. My wife is nearing her due date with our first child and has been in need of a good massage as her body continues to change and adapt. Dennis and the team at The Body Shop were incredible with the prenatal massage that she's still talking about today. I was also able to get a deep tissue massage, so it was a great bonding experience and a unique couples massage in general. If you're in need of stress relief, book a massage today at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in to What's Brewing, Chancellor Brewington. This is not Chancellor Brewington, but he will be joining me shortly. As you guys can imagine, especially when it starts to get a little nicer out here in Lincoln, people get excited, and therefore the parking spots get taken up quickly. So Brewington had to find a spot. I believe he finally got one, so should be pulling up here. Give the guy maybe about 5 minutes, and he should be joined live in here. But in the meantime, we'll keep you plugged in with some NBA. We talked about some Husker football on the Dome Punt Hour with DeMornay Pearsonell. So if you're into that stuff, you can always go back on YouTube and listen to me and DeMornay really on that second, third segment, dive into Husker football and some of Matt Rule's quotes. But again, if you guys want to join the show, Starter Heyman text line as always, 402-464-5685. Put a face to the voice. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Allo, Channel 961. You guys are always welcome to join in and comment through there as well. But let's go ahead and dive right back into the NBA. And what I want to do here is kind of simply just go through a mock draft, if you will, of teams that I would pick in order to go ahead and win the NBA Finals. And then maybe when Chancellor Brewington comes in here, we can actually do a real draft, and he won't know exactly what my order looks like. But I think above and away, if I had to take the number one pick on teams who I believe have the best chance to win the NBA Finals, it is the Denver Nuggets. And speaking of it, we do got Chancellor Brewington rolling in right now. So with that being said, we got Brewington rolling up in here. Brewington, I was just kind of going through a quote-unquote mock draft of all the teams in the playoff bracket and who I would, if we're just going team by team in terms of who we think are going to win it all.
Right.
And going in that kind of order.
Oh, my goodness.
So I don't know if you want to continue going down that route or if you got some motivation you want to start off with, but that's where I was at right when we left off. And then I took the number one pick. You could probably guess what it was.
You went Celtics?
No,
Nuggets?
Nuggets. Yeah.
You went Nuggets?
Yeah.
2, I'll go. Oh, my goodness, brother.
Let me actually get my notepad out if we're going this route.
1. Okay, so you went Nuggets. Nuggets is good. I'll go. I don't want to pick Celtics because I don't think they're going to do it. And I can't pick no one else from the East. I'll say Suns. A weird.
Ooh.
I know. That's
Yuck.
weird. That's weird. But
Yuck.
I'll go Suns. Actually, I'll go Lakers. I'm going Lakers too.
Oh, my
I'm going
Lord.
Lakers
Take
too. You
that.
heard it first. Lakers too.
I'm going to keep saying it, man. I really thought the Husker Kool-Aid was dangerous. What you guys got there out in L.A., maybe it's related to the drug problems down there. It's spiked or something, but that is outrageous. All right. Ooh, okay, so this is the real challenge here, right? Because the way I'm thinking about this, Brewington, is
Right.
you want to balance it out with teams in the East, or you can just say, screw that. I'm just going to try to get the best teams, and maybe that's my best chance. So I'm looking down the barrel here, but you
Yeah.
didn't take the Boston Celtics, so
I didn't.
I will take
I didn't.
the Boston Celtics. So I got the number 1 seed on the East and the number 2 seed on the West. I'll minimize this so you got a better look.
Hey,
This
Lakers
playing
won last
bracket.
night. I know you saw that.
Yeah, they did. And I'll be honest, I was kind of expecting it from those guys. The Pelicans.
Yeah.
I wasn't. Were you surprised by the Warriors at all before we kind of dive into this mock draft? I mean, they got the doors blown out, 94 to. I
Did
think
they
100
really?
Yeah, I think it was like 94 to 100 or 119 or 118.
By the Kings?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Keegan Murray 8 for 13 from 3-point line.
So Kings and who was it? Kings and Pelicans playing?
Kings Pelicans.
Okay.
That's a tough matchup again for the Pelicans. I think the Kings own that one.
That is pretty tough. Okay, let's go Nugget.
So you got one on the West.
Let's go. Do I gotta go East now?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you can just go like
Is
this
Giannis healthy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's iffy on that first game with the Pacers. Let me double check on his availability because that's one of those things too where they just might push it away as long as they can,
Right.
to keep the Pacers off guard.
I won't go Thunder. I just can't go Thunder yet. I'm just not convinced.
I'm not either.
I like the way the Mavs are playing.
Giannis is expected to miss the start of the Pacers series, but likely to come back in the middle of it.
I think they can. Okay, then if he gonna come back for some of it, then yeah. I'll go Mavs.
Oh
yeah.
That would have been my number 2 pick if you didn't take the Boston Celtics.
Okay,
that's tough. I really.
So
wanted
you're thinking the same
Mavericks.
thing with the Mavs.
Yeah.
There's some real potential there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kyrie and Luka are
They're
dangerous.
maybe the greatest 2 combo scorers together.
Well, I think I had Luka in my as the regular season ended. That's like my number 2 MVP. And I don't even
Behind Shea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, behind
Shot.
Jokic. I think Jokic
Oh.
1, Luka 2.
You hear Stephen A. Voted Shea?
I can see Shea being in that.
Yeah.
Shea, Luka, I'm good with either of those guys.
Is it Shea or Shy?
I always say Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay.
I always believe
think it's
that's the-
Shea. I think it's Shea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people say Shy. I think it's pronounced Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay.
Let's see here. So you got, man, that really sucks. You took my Mavericks. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna go back to the West because I think if there's a winner in this, and we got to make a point system too. For every round your team wins, you should get a point.
Yeah.
And depending on the low seed, I think if you take an 8 seed, you get more.
Lakers.
We'll have to figure that out. So yeah, let's say this. Like maybe that Lakers was a smart move. I had the point system written down, so I'll pull that up. We can actually grade this when we're all said and done with this. But I am gonna. But yeah, if you have a low seed, you're going to get more points for this. Give me I'm going to go ahead and take the Clippers. It's a 4
my
seed, but
goodness.
I really do think they got a chance. Just please give me a healthy Kawhi Leonard.
I don't see it. See, here's where it gets tricky.
The East?
Here, the East gets tricky because you look at the Mavericks, they got 50 wins and 32 losses. And then you look at the Knicks, who are the number 2 seed. They got 50 wins and 32 losses. The gap between the Celtics and the Knicks is insane.
That's the East in a nutshell.
Yeah. So even saying the Bucks aren't really a good team.
They have been so disappointing on the road, and Doc Rivers coaching that team has been disappointing to hear him complain as much as he does.
They would be a play-in team on the West, and they're the number 3 seed. So I think it's fair to say that the West, if an East team wins it, who would it be? Celtics? No doubt.
It's got to be, right?
No doubt.
If the Celtics don't win, that is.
If the Celtics don't come out the East, there's reconstruction that has to be done.
That's what I was saying earlier in the last show, because you can't be the number 1 seed by a good margin. They have the most pressure on them by far, because even if the Nuggets, there's a chance they lose to the Lakers around 1. I'm not going to deny it.
Right.
They at least can be like, okay, well, we won it last year. This year was a disappointment, but we know we can do it. The Celtics, man, if they got the most pressure by far, because they've been to the Eastern Conference Finals over and over and over.
For real.
And just can't get over the hump.
Yeah. Okay. So coming out the West again.
Oh, so you're going to go 3 West teams. You're not even touching the East.
I can't touch it.
Okay.
I'll go Heat.
Tied 74-74 right now. Playing teams give you some good brownie points, though, if they make it far. So I don't think that's a bad pick.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather go Heat. I'd rather go Heat than T-Wolves. I just would.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to pick T-Wolves. Watch.
I thought about it, but nah. I'm trying to really balance out my West and East, because I got Nuggets, Celtics, Clippers. The Mavericks, the fact that you took the Mavericks, I had to take the Clippers, because that's just going to eliminate any sort of chance of points.
Kevin Love is still playing? Wow.
Yeah, it's like a
shout out.
It's crazy, but he's actually, his late career, he did a really good job at like kind of committing to being that just leader, role player, play when he's needed, kind of like Blake Griffin did, kind of revive his career a little bit. Oh man, do I go out of the West, or do I go ahead and grab a team from the East? I think just because it's just a lot of junk in the East.
Right.
And there's like no one in there. Like, give me the Knicks at 2. Give me the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks at 3. If Giannis comes back, I can at least get some value on that. The Knicks at 2, I'm not that high on, and they're a 2 seed. So I'm just not sold with that. So I got 2 teams in the East, 2 teams in the West. You got 2 teams in the West, 1 in the East.
Let's stay. I don't even believe in this. Let's stay in the East.
I don't even believe in this.
Let's stay in the East, and
imagine if that's what they call you when you get drafted.
Yeah.
I don't even believe in this, but we're going with you.
Hey man, no, that is crazy. Let's go Cavs. I like the Cavs, I guess.
I like their first matchup.
Who is it?
Magic.
Oh yeah.
Did you see the Cavs intentionally tank their last regular season game just so they can get the Magic?
Really? Yeah, now because Magic isn't a good team.
Paulo Banchero has been the silver lining of that team. I really like his game, but he's going to have to carry those guys.
Like really carry him.
And it's tough too, because it's not even like, man, if you're one of those listeners out there and you feel bad about not realizing how good Paulo Banchero is, it's not entirely your fault, because they had 2 national televised games all season.
Right.
To be like you're a 5 seed and you had 2 televised games all season long, really tough unless you got League Pass or watching, NBA TV nonstop. You probably didn't see a lot of the Orlando Magic, but Paulo Banchero is living up to his draft prospect resume. So that is a guy to look out for. Donovan Mitchell, that's tough.
Yeah, I think he's out.
He's shaky. Yeah.
It's tough. He's been off and on for a while, huh?
Yep. And let me double check here, but I think he's going to be shaky heading into this thing.
Yeah, I think see the Cavs. I thought we're going to have a lot better year record-wise with having Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Jared Allen. But yeah, I think I don't know how many games he played this year. I don't know how many games Donovan Mitchell played, but I just felt like the East were just going to have a little better year.
Okay, he is ready to make his playoff appearance, though.
Okay, then
so he should be back. But again, it's kind of shaky.
I like the Cavs then. Because once Donovan Mitchell get hot, it's kind of like what they call him, spider.
Mhm.
One spider get hot, boy. And Darius Garland. That's how you say.
Yeah, you got Garland.
He's a great point guard,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and you got Jared Allen as a good consistent big. Get you 2-3 blocks a game, 10 boards. Not an offensive.
Evan Mobley too. I like
Evan
really
Mobley,
Evan
yeah.
Mobley. He's a good player. He kind of had a little bit of a slump this season, but I'm still high on him.
Yeah, I mean,
I miss Colin Sexton though, just because that two name. You know how they always nickname the two guards together.
Yeah,
you couldn't beat Sexton, Darius Garland, and
Yeah.
Colin Sexton.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just made me laugh every
For
time.
real.
There's a great nickname for the duo, but nope. Now it's Mitchell and Darius Garland. Darius Garland's a good player too, fun to watch, but again, kind of a little more disappointing season. So you got the Cavs. We each got 4 here. Let me go back to the thing is with the West though, like I can pick all these great teams, but it's also harder to pick because the competitive level is so high on that. And
Yeah.
do I take a junk team just to see? You took the Heat from me.
I did take the Heat from you.
And I got the Bucks. You know what? I'll zag on you. If you're gonna take the Cavs, I'll take the Magic, and I'll have a lot of fun watching Paolo Banchero.
Okay. Here's what we'll do. Since you just did that,
You're just gonna counter me.
since you did that, who'd you just take?
I took the Magic because you took the Cavs. So it's like, you know what? I'll just eliminate that, and then we'll have a winner take all on who comes out of that one.
Okay, we're coming back to the West, and the only team is the T-Wolves and the
Got the
Kings or Pelicans, right?
Suns are on the board too.
Suns. I said Suns. Oh no,
No, you did.
Oh yeah, I went back and said Lakers. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, so I'll take Suns. Suns are 6th seed. I think that'll give me some points.
That's perfect. I wanted to take the Timberwolves, but yeah, the 6th seed, you'll get points on that.
Yeah.
I really wish you didn't take the Lakers because that would have been awesome. And hold on. Okay, let me take the Thunder. I can't believe neither of us.
Oh
have
my
taken the
god, we
Thunder
still
yet.
haven't taken the Thunder.
Yeah.
We really didn't believe in it.
Yeah, but I got like part of it. I ignored it. I just think, but they're going to win some games heading into it. And if it's a Western Conference Finals between the Nuggets and the Thunder, I'd have
Right.
the Nuggets and the Thunder. That bodes well for me if that works out. So yeah, I'll take. Man, I got the 1 seed, the 2 seed, and there's still the Knicks out there if you want to grab the other 2 seed in the East.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go Knicks. Let's go Jalen Brunson show. He averages 35 this playoff. And who is it? Julius Randle?
Yeah.
Julius Randle becomes just a force to be reckoned with. And
Had always an interesting arc. I loved him when he was on the Los Angeles Lakers. Thought that was like what early versions of him. I thought
Yeah.
he was going to be. I thought he was going to be like not quite a Zion, but kind of that same bully, explosive athlete with
Yeah.
really good playmaking.
I don't know. I really could never put my finger on his play.
It's different. I mean,
I know
plays
he'd
a
take
lefty.
like 25 shots a game, boy.
He did when he got to New York.
Yeah, he's a black hole. That ball ain't coming back to you.
That's for sure. So you took the Knicks at number 2. Give me some value at. Give me the Pacers. I'll take Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers.
Oh my goodness, there's no chance. There's no chance the Pacers ever gonna win, huh?
Well, I don't think so, and it's kind of a bad pick now, really, because I forgot I got the Bucks too.
Yeah.
So at least
like
I'm getting points out of that, regardless.
Who else we got? Let's go Kings.
Kings are a good one, especially after the whooping they put on the
Kings
Warriors.
they was a 1 seed last year, right?
number 1 offense in the NBA last season.
Come on now.
They got a chance, especially against a young Thunder team.
Right.
I can't remember if I was you or DeMarne Pearson I was talking
Are
about.
we on air tonight?
Yeah, we're live. On the air with us.
Oh,
Shout out, the world's get wrapped up pretty
the world
early.
is listening.
The world. Yeah, that's for sure. The world's listening. And the world can always join in. 402-464-5685. Give me your NBA Finals favorite. Who do you think is going to win it all? Be the first Brewer to chime in because this is What's Brewing. Chancellor Brewington.
Brewers chime in.
Let's see here. Yeah, we still got about 5 minutes here on this. So let's go. I got Nuggets, Celtics, Clippers, Bucks, Magic, Thunder, Pacers. And to balance this out, I need another team from the West. The Timberwolves have just been sitting on there forever. So go ahead and give them to me.
Go take them.
But you're out on those guys, huh?
I don't believe it.
I believe in Anthony Edwards.
I don't think they're
That's
gonna.
where I'm leaving
I don't-
my leadership.
I don't think the NBA is gonna allow a player to not hit to win it that hasn't hit stardom yet.
Okay, so you're big on the belief that these are a little fixed.
Oh yeah, 100%.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think you're
Yeah.
entirely wrong for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I think just the Jokic situation. I don't think they're going to give it to him again. I think like I could see the Mavs doing a crazy run, to be completely honest with you.
They're the most fun team to watch, in my opinion.
What is the bet? How much time we got?
We still got like 5, 6, 7 minutes.
Let me rephrase that. What team has the best story attached to this finals if they win it?
You're probably going to go
Lakers.
with the Laker fan would say that. You're probably going to go with the Thunder, if I'm being honest.
You think young squad
I think
and Shea wins MVP?
It's tough because it's a small market team. I don't know if that's just because I really like the NBA, or if that's like well known because it is fun to watch this team. Like they've been a lot of fun. Did you catch them getting that reporter to bark with them after their last regular season game?
Oh,
They
yeah.
would do the at the end of games. And they got the report. Like they're just a lot of fun. I think like that group, if you promote them, like that's a fun team to root for. And the way they play is selfless.
I think the Celtic Lakers matchup in the finals would just go gangbang. That would just go insane.
Yeah,
and you got Steph Curry out, right?
Yeah, he's blown out.
Yeah, they're not making it. And I think who's the biggest superstars in this? You got Jokic, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Kyrie.
Steph used to be. He's out.
Not Steph. Jason Tatum.
You probably throw Giannis in there.
And Jason Tatum. Those are our stars. So out of those stars, which you
throw Kawhi Leonard in there too, probably.
Cool. Yeah.
He's a different kind of star because he does it a different way.
Yeah, definitely. So out of those like 6 stars, like I think
LeBron's obviously the biggest draw. He will be until he retires.
Yeah, he had the most viewership this year. Jason Tatum would be a fantastic story.
Yeah, you buying into the Suns? It feels like the Suns, despite having
KD, we forgot KD.
Yeah, but people like I'll be honest, people don't even seem that excited for the Suns this year
at all.
Like, and I guess it's been a mediocre season, so maybe that's why I was pretty out on the Suns like all year long. I hated the moves to get Bradley Beal. I hated the move to get rid of Chris Paul because it's like that was the guy who really elevated DeAndre Ayton's game, and they've kind of been not great inside.
Yeah,
a lot of that has to do with just losing an elite playmaker, and like KD can do it, Devin Booker can do it, Bradley Beal can do it, but that's like their second thing. You know, they're all scorers first.
That is true. That's a great point you said. Playing inside, the Suns don't really have that inside force. You see, Grayson Allen got that
big time deal. I was surprised. I won't lie to people. Like I'm not a big fan of Grayson Allen's game, mainly because like the Duke player. Yeah. He's got that resume on him. I was surprised by that extension. I think there's a few other players you could probably get there for way cheaper.
Yeah.
You won't have to, but 4
years, $70 million.
Good for him.
Yeah, great. Yeah, great for him.
Yeah. So Grayson Allen, that's always surprising. Let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Who is it? My turn?
Yeah, I got my 8 teams in there, and you need one more.
I need one more, and my only option is what this. It's not.
You got. I think you're looking at.
Pacers.
It's got to be one of these. You got to take a wing it on one of these play-in teams.
So I go either.
There's going to be some unselected.
So I go either Sixers or Pelicans, right?
Or Bulls or Hawks.
Bulls Hawks didn't play yet. Eastern hasn't played yet.
No, the Eastern. We got game 1 happening right now. 76ers Heat. Goodness. Follow. You got Bulls Hawks.
DeMar DeRozan takes the team, takes the whole city of Chicago on his shoulders.
I will cry tears if you win. I won't even be mad. I'll be the first one to congratulate you if the Bulls are on the table. DeMar DeRozan, my hero. If he can pull that thing off, that's a testament to, again, beat LeBron James with most minutes played, oldest player to lead the league in minutes. Like he's just such an underrated player. I think if DeMar DeRozan if he would have had that opportunity to be on the Lakers instead of Russell Westbrook that year, I think the Lakers run it maybe once or even 2 more times.
No, I think they're a scary, scary, scary team, and I think the league. I think every NBA player in the league was probably like, please don't do this. Like DeMar DeRozan is a real basketball player. Like, please don't do this.
Well, it's just a brutal matchup, right?
Yeah.
Like
who are you gonna put on? Who are you gonna put on? You got 3. You got 2 wing players who can get you 30, 40 a night at any given moment, and you got AD who can go crazy. And I don't know who would you have to give up for that. You probably have a very, very sub-poor bench.
Well, if I remember correctly, that's why it broke down.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook was a lot more attainable.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan, way bigger ticket price on him. You already got AD. You already got LeBron James. You already sold away a lot of your capital to get AD there in the first place. So
I would have sold the security guards, everyone for DeMar DeRozan.
Just don't have security all season long. It's like we had to dip in big time.
No concessions this year. We're gonna have AI concessions.
No
workers.
Silicon Valley, they might be able to pull off all AI infrastructure out there in the what is it, crypto arena, crypto center.
Crypto, yeah.
I like the Staples Center more. I'm always bothered by those name changes.
Yeah.
From the Forum to the Staples Center, then you have the classic. You remember Sterling, the owner of the Clippers?
Yeah.
So, like, just a fun history lesson before we go to break, since we got some time. When the Lakers originally, like, you know what, let's get out of the Forum. The Forum was kind of getting beat down. It was beat up. So they want to do the Staples Center. And Sterling, the owner of the Clippers at the time, is like, we don't want to be a part of that. We want to get our own arena. So they tried to basically just, if I remember correctly, it was either just bad timing, bad ownership, or they just couldn't land a place in time. And as they got closer, they went to the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, so, hey, can we actually play in the same arena as you guys? Terrible ownership. The Clippers' history, especially in that era with Sterling, there's 30 for 30s on it. Just a dark era for the Clippers, despite having some of the best players, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. Like, it just sucks that the ownership was as bad as it was, because that's a team that probably could have done a lot of damage if it was organized top to bottom. With that being said, that's kind of our NBA drafts, and we will look at that as we get closer. We'll put a point system on it, and then again, as it goes on, we'll kind of announce that throughout the NBA playoffs who's in the lead. But we'll throw the break here. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The host is always to my left. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Mike Minner, what's up, bro?
When you look at Dylan, you're looking at quarterbacks that kind of come around once every 20 years. And this is a kid I'm looking at, I don't know how old he is, 17, 18 years old. And he is already directing things that 17, 18-year-old kids should not even know. Changing the line protection. Okay, guys, I don't know what we've been 2 weeks of practice. Come on, man. Well, we got guys in the National Football League that can't do that.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. On the Block with Strick and Austin.
When you're in New York, Nick, in New York, I mean, you're talking about, you see mafioso types. You go into a restaurant and you would literally eat. Hey, come on over here. You know, they you know, I don't know how to say it. I don't got the accent, but they would say, come, Strick, come here, come over. Have a drink on me. And what are you going to do? Say no?
You not say
you
no
don't
to that?
say no to the drink. You don't say no.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into Ticket Weeknights. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got the host, as always, Chancellor Brewington to my left, and we got a tight game for the play-in with the Philadelphia 76ers and the Miami Heat. There's only about under 3 minutes left to go here as I'm waiting for a score. I think it's only about a 4-point game here. But nonetheless, we got a full room behind us, too. So be sure to stick around for Ticket Weeknights because we're going to have the Malone radio show followed by after. It looks like we got the boss man DP behind me as well. So should be plenty of good things here left on Ticket Weeknights. And again, 402-464-5685 if you guys want to get your input streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo Channel 961. And we got the man in here right now.
The man.
Derek Pearson. You want the mic?
How we living, DP?
I had to MC, I got the blessing of emceeing the Lincoln Journal Star Awards.
Okay.
Choice Awards for 2024. And the theme was Western.
I'm about to say, what was I've never seen this before.
Yeah,
is that a bolo tie?
Yeah, come on, baby.
Hey.
Come on, baby. Come on, listen. Listen, I had to explain to them. First of all, I'm from Virginia.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Second of all, I lived in Texas for way too long. They wasn't ready for the booth.
Yeah, I could do this.
Like they wasn't ready for it. So even with 12 stitches in my mouth, no painkiller.
Oh,
like I refused.
That's a flex.
Oh,
that's a flex.
Listen,
My goodness.
Listen, no. They gave me the 3 different levels. And I was like, no, I need to.
Yeah.
I couldn't talk yesterday. I couldn't
Really?
talk Monday and yesterday. I couldn't talk at all.
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was pretty nasty.
Really?
Pretty nasty. 10 centimeters of, yeah. As the surgeon said, yeah, you're an alien. Serious business, you're an alien, bro. He's like, I don't know what that, like, we didn't even plan to dig that deep.
Wow.
And then they had to remove the salivary gland.
Mm-hmm.
So I had double that work, plus they had to manipulate some nerves that were in the space.
And you come out talking, what, 3 days later? What's that?
No, man. I was in bed. Look, let me tell you, I couldn't lift my head for Monday. Look, Monday, I felt like I was in there with John Bones Jones. Yeah. And it was like, okay, uncle.
Yeah, right.
Uncle. And then
keep it short.
Yeah, like I was tapping to myself.
Yeah.
Like you won. You won. There's nothing to it. So, but when the Lincoln Journal Star calls you and says, hey, we need you, I wanted to be there. And I'm supposed to speak at the NCAACP tomorrow.
Oh wow.
So
where's that at?
That's in Lincoln. It's
In Lincoln?
downtown,
Okay.
Yeah. And then Saturday, of course, we got the Supernovas. So I got to call the volleyball game.
Woo.
And you need to get to one of them.
Yeah,
Grab
for
some
sure.
people.
For sure.
They play Saturday against San Diego.
Okay.
And San Diego got them when they went out there. So
Mm.
there's going to be some venom in the room. It's probably
Okay.
going to be about 14,000, 15,000.
There we go.
So
There we go.
well, I'll make sure you get tickets.
Yeah, for sure.
And get through. But just want to stop and give love, babe.
Man, my
you know
guy,
that?
my
You know
guy.
that? Yeah, I was talking to Matt Rule about you today.
Oh, really? Really?
Just gonna say that.
Really?
Yeah, good things spoken.
Man.
Good things spoken, bro.
Man, that's good to hear.
Well, I just pitched the idea of that I know a dude who, if he was allowed to interview football players over the course of the next year or two, we might be able to create some really good conversation.
Oh yeah, some healthy and some very good intentional. Yeah, that's what we missed.
Yeah, just letting you know, if your ears was buzzing about this afternoon, that's what it was. It was Matt Rule talking about it. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all do your thing. I'm gonna go home and get some ice.
Man, do that.
And then some more ice.
Yeah. Get some rest.
A lot of ice.
Yeah.
So y'all be good.
No, for sure. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Always.
Man, leave it to the boss, man.
Yeah, man.
Just go
Always
on
good.
time with the great appearances,
Yeah,
too.
always good.
I'll be honest. Cowboy fit checks out.
Checks out. Checks out.
That's a pretty
Checks
up top
out.
to bottom
Checks
cowboy
out.
hat.
Got the boots on.
Bolo tie. I didn't see
Bolo
that.
tie. That's the tie of Arizona, I think. And three, he got the cowboy hat on too. My boy's a workhorse. He is a workhorse.
You ever rock the Western look down there in Arizona?
Never. But if I was invited to something like that and I had to do it, I'd put it on.
All right.
I got some country in my background.
Because I wondered, because Arizona's a lot of ranchers, though, right? Not necessarily probably farming.
Well, like some of my family is from North Carolina, so they're a little country. I wouldn't say they're that country. They're not like cowboy hat country. I don't think. Maybe we got someone in the.
I bet you if you get to like northern Arizona, you probably see more of it up in the. What is that region called? I'm blanking on it for some reason. Because you start getting to the more like woodsy area,
the Coconino County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hey,
there's that Arizona knowledge.
Coconino County. That's like a Flagstaff.
Yes, okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's Flagstaff around there. But yeah.
As we're looking at this game here, you might be in trouble already.
Why? What? Oh my goodness.
Because you have the Heat. If you
do I have Sixers too or no?
No, you didn't get. Nobody touched the 76ers. Because some of those play-in teams, we didn't want to draft every single team because we wanted we wanted to be right. We only picked the 8 each. Therefore, try to guess the play-ins as well. But if you do have the Miami Heat, they're not necessarily eliminated.
Batum has 20 points. Bro, what is going on?
This is what I was talking about.
We're already not starting off too high.
Like, who do you think this year for the NBA playoffs, who's going to be that guy that has his moment, that becomes the emerging star? Because every single year, there is that guy who takes a massive leap in terms of stardom. I was thinking a guy like maybe a Tyrese Halliburton. Obviously, there's stars are like not guys like Jason Tatum, unless you're arguing he's going to start dropping like 40, which is possible. I'm not thinking of guys like Jokic, he's done it, Murray, because he's done it. I'm thinking of guys like a Jaylen Brown, to even be that sidekick, or even a Keegan Murray for the Kings who went insane against the Warriors. Tyrese Halliburton, like who do you is going to have that big moment? Young player, old player, who's going to really
in the playoffs?
Yep, playoffs only.
I think Kyrie's going to have an explosion. I think that he's going to hit some big shots. I think I don't know why I think Tyrese from the Pacers, Halliburton.
Yeah, he had a really good start to the season and he kind of cooled off, but I still think he's definitely capable of going on.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because obviously the playoffs are playing a 7-game series against the same team. So I feel like you catch a rhythm, and if you're hot, you're hot. If you're not, you're not. But obviously we're talking about NBA players. Anyone can kick it on any given night. I think
except Ben Simmons, he can't.
I know. Oh yeah. So
he's got to be feeling right. Then he will.
Yeah, you got to be feeling right. I think. Who else? This is going to be.
You can even throw Chet Holmgren, Zion Williamson. I think Zion.
Ooh.
He's got to win. The problem is that they lost to the Lakers. Oh, if they can pull out, the Kings scare me.
Yeah,
the Kings looked so good against the Warriors, and I picked the Warriors on that one.
What about Ant? How well do you think Ant is going to do this playoffs? This is really like a basketball show for real.
The playoffs are here, man.
Yeah.
And I'm an NBA guy, so if you want to rip me off the NBA playoffs, you got to bring some stuff.
Yeah, you got to. I love NBA more than NFL, more than MLB.
I think it's more exciting when you get to the play-ins. Made it so much more fun.
Yeah, it has.
Like without the play-in, I wouldn't be as excited. It really has added an element. And to those watching, 101-98, Philadelphia 76ers have the lead, 19 seconds left. Oof. Not looking good for your Miami Heat, and nobody took the 76ers, so we're both going to be wrong on this one if they do happen to win it. Because they could be locking in that 8 seed. But yeah, who do you got? I do like a guy like Zion Williamson, but I'm just unsure because they got to figure out, and he did go out gimpy in that game. So just for the sake of injury, I think I'm going to count him out. I think Anthony Edwards is a great pick.
Yeah.
He's been showing it. Who else is out there that you really like? Who can have that moment?
I would like to see Jason Tatum just absolutely take over and walk into that real stardom where he's like not like a star, but like the superstar of the league.
Kind of like Jimmy Butler, where he's just like, we're just not going to lose because I'm saying so. Like that level, because he's been good in these playoffs. Like he hasn't been the reason, but the next step for him would be almost like Jimmy Butler-esque last season, where he's like, he just has play after play where it's like, this guy is just making sure that they advance, and he will put the entire team on his back if it's needed, whether defensively and offensively.
I want to see like what was that? 08 D Wade. I want to see that from Jason Tatum. I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see him average something crazy in the finals. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. DP with the hat nod.
I thought it was Clint Eastwood out of the corner of my eye, man. That was DP, Derek Pearson, the owner of 93.7 The Ticket.
Oh my goodness.
So if you see a man outside today impersonated as a cowboy, maybe a little bit Clint Eastwood, I think
he's a black Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Did Clint Eastwood pass away? No, he's still alive, right?
I'm not sure.
I hope he is. I know my dad loved those Westerns, so,
yeah.
So I hope he's doing it. I think he is, but no. So if you see a cowboy out there, it's probably just the boss man, Derek Pearson. But yeah, what do you think about a guy like Jaylen Brown emerging? Because he's been, to me, the sole reason why the Celtics can't get out of their own way. Because he's
heard that
good player, but you got to be that strong number two.
Yeah, and what type of number two does he have to be in NBA history? Like what two does he have to be in comparison?
I think he's just got to be a lethal scorer. He's just got to take the load off. Like he's got to be. If I had to compare him like to kind of like a Kyrie, but in a different fashion, like not with the ball handling, but with the shooting, like in the athleticism, like he's a freak athlete. Like he's just got to make big plays because it's so much pressure on Tatum, and he still performs, but there's got to be guys around him to pick it up. And that's been the problem, at least for me in years past when it comes to the Boston Celtics.
Okay, hear me out on this. I think he has to be the 2022 or the 2022-2023 Jamal Murray. I think that's who he has to be. I think there has to be nights where he has 40-point games, where he hits the big time shot, where JT's not in foul trouble or something,
right?
And he's not hot, or he can't get a look, and Jaylen Brown has to take over in those times. I think he's going to have some big shots, and Porzingis is going to have some big games.
Yeah, he's been interesting to watch. His career's been so up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with the Boston Celtics, like he's had months like put together where it's like I'm not even sure if this was the right move for him. Do
you remember the hype on him?
Yeah, it was Matt the Unicorn. He was like the first. He was really the first, not the first, but in this era, kind of like the first 7-footer that can shoot,
that can dribble.
Yeah, put it on the deck.
With he drafted Knicks?
Knicks, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And he got booed. People were booing it, and he was a bad pick, quote unquote. Turned out to be a really good player, but then the Knicks still traded him for like nothing.
Then he went. Did he go Mavs? Was it? Where'd he go?
I think it was Mavericks. Yeah,
Mavs.
I think he had a stint with the Mavericks. And he got kicked around a few. I think it was Mavs Celtics. I don't think he had too many more stops.
Yeah, but. Yeah, he's a unicorn. I forget who else they have. I know they got rid of Robert Williams. They got rid of Boban.
Obi Toppin.
Is that right?
Is he still on the team?
The Marcus Brogdon.
Yep.
Yeah. The sixth man. They got rid of him, right?
Yep. Brogdon.
So now they have.
They got RJ Barrett. I think Obi Toppin is still there.
Who's the bald dude?
The bald dude.
Or not bald. He got like no disrespect. He got a receding hairline. Hey,
50% of the league.
Yeah. No, for real. I'm trying to think.
All right, you got OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Dante. Oh, that's right. They got Dante DiVincenzo.
Oh, I was
Josh
talking
Hart.
about Celtics.
Oh, I was thinking you were talking about Knicks.
You know what I'm talking about now? Cody or not Cody?
Baldwin, Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Hall. Oh, Pritchard, Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, he's a great player. No,
Good
Derek,
role player.
Is it Derek White?
Yeah, Derek White.
That's
the
who
guy
it
you're
was.
going for.
That's who it was.
He's a good X factor player. He
Come
fits
on
the
now.
code of like a Shumpert, a J.R. Smith. He's kind of that where he can come in there and just start making it difficult. Like he's
they
a
got Drew Holiday too.
Yeah,
We
he got
talked about
extended
him.
massively.
Yeah,
Drew Holiday.
Shit, that's what they say. You know what they say about Drew Holiday? It's your favorite player. That's what they say about Drew Holiday.
I believe it.
That's what they saying.
I didn't throw his name out there because he's been historically pretty bad in playoffs.
Yeah.
Something
Well, I
about
mean,
him in the playoffs.
he hasn't been on good teams though.
Nah, but there's been a few times, like even on the Pelicans, where it's like, again, we're talking about players who are going to seize the moment where he's the man on the Pelicans team and he got him there and then he just couldn't show up.
I don't think that's his role. I think he's a defense specialist.
Oh, but yeah.
And I don't think you depend on him to lead you in offense. Like on this team, he's
He's probably your third
2,
option.
3.
You're going to go Tatum,
4,
Brown, then Holiday.
Tatum, Brown, Porzingis, Holiday.
I'd rather give the ball to Drew Holiday than Porzingis.
Yeah.
I think Porzingis kind of fits that same mold, unless it's like, a good rim runner.
Yeah.
Like he's more
maybe on a certain night he's hot.
Yeah. But I'm not. I'd rather give the green light to Holiday before Porzingis.
That makes sense.
Unless Porzingis is just kind of a matchup guy for me. Like he can just really strain teams matchup if they don't got a big that can move like that. He's not the strongest guy, but he's still tall enough to where he's gonna be a problem at the rim.
Yeah.
Unless you got the touch of like a Jokic Embiid or the monster athleticism of like a Zion or Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's still a tall figure to get over. But again, as we're going through this lineup, this is why I think it'd be so disappointing for the Boston Celtics if they can't even break through to the finals. And if anything before the Eastern Conference Finals is incredibly disappointing because you got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday, who you just paid a ton of money to, Peyton Pritchard, who I don't think it's enough praise. I think he's actually a pretty solid role player. You got Derek White, not a bad player there, Sam Hauser, and then you can go on here. They still got Al Horford.
Yeah.
He's getting older, but he can still give you good minutes. And he's had games
He
where
always comes alive in the playoffs.
he's one of those. Was it last season where he started off the playoffs just draining them from three?
Yeah.
Like he's got that veteran experience. So I'm not going to just necessarily count him out. But they just got a stacked roster top to bottom. And I really like their bench players. So again, if the Boston Celtics can't get through the Eastern Conference, who do you think goes? Is it the coach? Is it the players? Or do you think they hold on tight?
Who's their coach right now?
They got the new coach. It is Joe Mazzulla.
Okay. I have no idea who Joe Mazzulla is.
He's been bounced around because he had quite a few
Okay, yeah. He's from
stories behind him. And let's look at his history here. Because I want to say he kind of got thrust into that role too. It was a little bit unique for him. Let's see. Yeah, because Udoka, that's right. Udoka was fired. There's a whole story behind Udoka on the Boston Celtics.
The Nia Long
yep.
story,
And then Mazzulla, if I remember correctly, he doesn't have like any NBA experience. Yeah, he just like, boom, I'm the head coach of the Boston Celtics now.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't like coaching anybody. He was coaching, but not nearly to that capacity. So it is kind of impressive that he's put this team together.
And this is one of the best records Celtics has ever had, right?
Yeah, I think it's the best record in the past 16 years.
Yeah.
So here's your history of them. Fairmount State, 2017, 18, 2018, 2019. NBA.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And
Who does he know?
Someone on the staff. So obviously he's got connections with the Boston Celtics, but you can't even hate the hire because #1 record in the NBA as a whole. So obviously I thought it was a bad hire at the time. I think I was dead wrong because they got the #1 record. So with that being said, though, we got to go to our last break here. This is What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The host is always to my left. Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
High schoolers, unleash your creativity and learn about potential careers in broadcasting at the Digital Expressions Media Camp. Have fun, make friends, and get hands-on experience with video and radio production June 9th through the 14th at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. Scholarships are available from the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and spots are limited. Learn more at digitalexpressionscamp.com. That's digitalexpressionscamp.com.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People Seeding Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
My early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
But it gave my mom and me more time to plan together.
Talk to your family about seeing a doctor. Go to alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Alcohol has strained our relationship. Drinking too much can cause harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. By drinking less, we will save our relationship. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment of What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The first play-in game for the Eastern Conference wrapped up. The Philadelphia 76ers advanced, so they go ahead and lock in at that 7th seed. The 8th seed still to be decided. The Miami Heat are going to have another chance here. It might be exactly reminiscent of last year, depending how this game goes. But if the Bulls win it, they will move on to play the Heat for that last play-in spot at the 8th seed, and they would face the Boston Celtics. If you remember last year, it was the Miami Heat who lost their first play-in game, then advanced to play the Bulls in their second play-in game, beat the brakes off the Bulls with the last 3 minutes remaining. The Bulls completely just lost the game for themselves, and then the Miami Heat went on a crazy run. So maybe a little bit of warning, because this is exactly kind of how it played out last season, but maybe it's different if the Hawks beat the Bulls. But with that being said, we got a little bit of time here left, and Brewington, you did mention, let's go ahead and talk about it, the Nebraska Spring League. And this is unique because this isn't, as you said, over the break. Other schools aren't doing this. What is the Nebraska Spring League to those who aren't aware, and why is this interesting?
Yeah, so from my understanding of it is each team has a GM and has I don't know if it's an owner or something, right?
Mhm.
There's 3 different teams, and they're all drafted. And so what's interesting about this is traditionally in the spring ball, you would go 1s, 2s, and 3s, and 4s and 5s. And so a lot of people will get reps. And I think that's the idea of spring, is just to see and gauge your talent level and get guys reps, get guys comfortable. You don't want to burn out your starters and your 2s, because those are the guys that's going to get mainly the reps in fall camp. So I think what they're doing is they have the rattlesnakes,
Golden Knights,
the Golden Knights,
Bug Eaters,
and the Bug Eaters. So what my understanding of it is that those 3 teams play during practice, and they basically win points toward their team, and teams can trade, and teams can acquire guys from other teams based on their performance of that day. And that being said, it's interesting. I think this is the most interesting part that I've been hearing, is that 1s and like 4s are together. So like you could have a what's a team that, okay, let's go offensive line. You could have your number 1 offensive lineman, your center, and you could have a true freshman guard that's never played before, and next of him, the left guard is a starting left guard, and both your tackles are guys who've never touched the field before.
I like it.
So what happens is that now everyone, so not everyone, certain people are put in leadership positions when they wouldn't have before. And now I think the personal development of each player goes higher and higher, which is, it's literally genius now that I think about it. Because if I'm a starting, let's just say I'm a starting linebacker or starting D lineman, and I have a bunch of young pups. Maybe I'm not on the 1s group of the D line. Maybe I'm not that vocal leader. Maybe I'm not that leader in charge. But in this spring league, now I'm the vocal leader. So guess what happens when we go into fall camp and we go into regular season play?
Right.
I'm a completely different individual first, because of the expectations, the leadership, the growth, the character, the integrity that builds within itself. And then you take that into the regular season. Now everyone is getting personal growth and personal development right now.
I like it.
Yeah.
It feels like a crash course, right?
Yeah.
And like, you don't got a lot of time. And it's like, what gives me optimism is that I love this idea. And it feels like, kind of hearing it, the winter was good. Now you want to compound that with good spring ball.
Yeah.
And this is going to give, like you said, everyone's still going to get a lot of reps, but it's also going to develop that leadership. And we kind of saw that like last year, why that's important, because some young guys had to step up and be a big part of the team early. So it's good to kind of see this. It'll be curious to see how it continues to go on. Because again, spring game, April 27th. We're only 10 days away from it. It's coming by in a hurry. But this is going to wrap it up for us. This has been What's Brewing with Chancellor Brewington. The host is always to my left. Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s, but don't go anywhere, because we got the Malone radio show up next. And then followed by that, we'll have the Doan Athlete Project and then the Daily Nebraskan. So we got live radio shows all the way until midnight tonight. Appreciate you guys listening, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.